Hi y'all, Kendall Carpenter, Benefit Pottery in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is my 15th kiln reveal and I'm going to be covering a lot of territory this time. I have new clays that I've been playing with and a lot of new Coyote glazes that I'm going to be showing you during this video. Also during the video, I will have one of my SecondChanceGlaze projects and also a Gwenny. So I also have been having fun with my new 3D printer, and a couple of those things that I've made will be in this video. So here we go. Nat, here is your Moon Poppy glaze combo. I hope you don't mind that I've named it. I don't think you named it, but you know it's a combination of Amaco Moon River and Mayco Poppy Fields, and I think Moon Poppy is a perfect name for this. I have paired this with Amaco Marigold Celadon this time. You'll see that I did some carving, and you can also see that I did some slip trailing, and I used Mayco White On Globe for that slip trailing. This is marigold poured on the inside, and then I did the Moon Poppy combo also on the inside. It has a beautiful texture in the handle. It's a classic now. So if you all do this Moon Poppy combo, use the hashtag Moon Poppy, and then we can keep track of everybody that's using it. The second mug that I'm going to show you, I have done in solidarity with all of you marvelous people in Canada. We love you in Canada, and we wish things were different between our governments. So that mug is really pretty. I have Opulence Smoky Mountain Mist poured on the inside, and then I brought it around here on this first bubble. And then the second bubble is Opulence Sea Spray. And you'll recognize Mayco Copper Float. This was 3 times Copper Float, 3 times Sea Spray. And this was 1 time Smoky Mountain Mist covered by 2 times Sea Spray. But it's only Smoky Mountain Mist on the inside. That's a beautiful Opulence glaze, and Sally Roper really likes Opulence glazes, and I do too. And got the name of my studio in the handle. So, oh Canada. Here's the first thing I'm going to show you with something I made on my 3D printer. This little sunflower turned out really cute. So this mug has Spectrum Ginger poured on the inside. And then it was 2 times Spectrum Ginger all the way down. And then I took Mayco Cappuccino Mint Jungle Gem 2 times from this point to this point. And unfortunately, it developed some little pinholes, which I have sanded, and they're smooth. So I'm not going to refire this. It's hit and miss for me, refiring pinholes. I'll just sell it as a second. I used Jungle Gem Pagoda Green inside this sunflower. It's not green. I don't know what's going on with that Pagoda Green Jungle Gem, but it's not green for me. Anyway, I love the way the Cappuccino Mint flowed on this ginger. Pretty texture in the handle. So the next 4 things I'm going to show you is my first time to use my black clay. It's from Barcelona, and I'll put the full description of it in the description of this video. A few weeks ago, I went over to the clay bank in Springdale, Arkansas, and came back with this black clay from Barcelona, Spain. I think it was very easy to work with, and it fired to cone 6 really nicely. Everything I'm showing you is fired to cone 6. So this is Coyote's Viridian Forest 3 times on the inside and on the rim. And that is one of the new 2026 fantasy glazes. Also, from that same 2026 fantasy glaze is called Volcanic Layer, L-A-I-R, and that is here 3 times in the handle and 2 times here. And then they also have a glaze in that set called Pixie Wings, and I just laid 2 coats on the top part between these carvings. It's a beautiful clay, and I'll be very, very anxious to try these glazes on buff clay. So there is that first one. Now, the second mug I'm going to show you on that black clay is also very pretty. Look at the dragonfly thumb rest. This one, I poured Amaco honeydew on the inside, and then it was 2 times honeydew from here to here. Then I did 3 times Mayco satin patina from here to here. Then finally I took Mayco lotus blossom jungle gem and put it over here to here. I'm going to show you an outside picture. It looks like incredible in the sunlight. The interior light just doesn't do it justice. But I love this cappuccino mug shape I'm starting to make. So the third thing that I'm going to show you on this black clay is a little ruffle rimmed bowl that I made. And from this 2026 fantasy collection is a glaze called Basilic Hide. And that is 3 times on the outside. And it's 2 times on the inside. And then I took Smoky Pearl from that set and laid it over 2 times. And then I took Dark Flux and made a ring here. That dark flux didn't really move the glaze much. I'm going to be very curious to try these glazes on a lighter clay. But again, outside, this bowl was really pretty. So there is that. And then I made this bowl from that black clay. And this is a single glaze. It's from the 2026 Coyote Fantasy. It's called Ruby Mist. Looks pretty with my sweater. The mist, there is a mottled effect to this glaze. And yes, this looks very pretty inside. Wait till I pop up the outside picture. It looks like it's just on fire. That is a beautiful glaze, and I am anxious to try it also on lighter clay. So those are my 4 experiments with this black clay from Barcelona, Spain. I'm going to switch gears now and show you some littler things. You know, I don't do test tiles. I don't have a kiln, so those of you that do, good for you. I just go for it and put new glaze on little things and hope for the best. So I made a ring holder, and this has a single glaze on it. It's from that 2026 Coyote Fantasy, and it's lazurite. This is 2 times on the outside and 3 times on the inside. And it's quite translucent. I'm going to write that on the cap so that I'll remember it. It's just a really pretty light blue translucent glaze. And the next thing I'm going to show you is from my Second Chance Glaze project. It does look very pretty. This is Amaco Tenmoku, and it's 3 times all over. And then I took 3 times Moon River and just did it here in the center rings. So it's a bit of an experiment, but the Tenmoku really, it's quite lovely. It has all these gold highlights. So I'm gonna keep working with that. It's kind of a strange glaze, isn't it? Now this little tiny dish is Coyote Pixie Wing from the 2026 collection. And this is 3 times Pixie Wing. It's sort of a lavender color, a grayish lavender color. And this little ornament looking thing with texture is Firefly Dragon from that set. It's a very pretty green. And this is Sorcerer's Stone. Breaks beautifully over texture. This is 3 times Sorcerer's Stone. And everything I'm showing you was done on a reclaim, Mammoth Buff reclaim. And this little tiny star is the volcanic layer. That's what it looks like on buff. It's got some purple and blue features to it. It's very pretty. And finally, I'm going to show you a really pretty little dish that I made. This is a new silicone mold I got on Temu recently. And I let it dry in a shallow bowl to give it a little curve. So this, and I put a pretty sprig for a foot. This is 3 times Amaco Serpentine Green, which is turning into one of my favorite glazes. So those are my little tester things I wanted to show you. And I've got 5 more mugs to show you. This one is weird. And I'll tell you why. This little mug is on Mammoth Clay Reclaim. There was nothing else in that reclaim but Mammoth Buff. So I started out by pouring honeydew, Amaco honeydew on the inside, and then 2 times Amaco honeydew to about here. Then I did 3 times Mayco satin patina from here to here. And it is absolutely just a rough sort of gray color. I have no idea how that happened. I've never had problem with satin patina. I took Jungle Gym Blue Guppy 2 times from here to here. So the upper part of this is a this, and the lower part is a this. And I am going to have to refire it. See that little ring inside? The glaze slipped away from that. And I did a water test and it failed. So I'm going to add some more glaze and refire that. And just for the heck of it, I'll add some more satin patina down here and see what happens. I don't know. This is really, really odd and unexpected. All right, so here's a pretty blue mug, and this is on Kansas wheat, Kansas Clay Company wheat, and that is Coyote Baby Blue Satin poured on the inside. I love that glaze. And then Coyote has a glaze called Copper Blue, and that's 1 time on the handle and a total of 3 times here. And then Coyote Oasis Blue is 3 times here. It often turns out a little bit more vibrant than that. It's still very pretty. And then I added 1 more coat of Oasis Blue here and on the very rim. So it's a lot of different colors of blue and a really pretty texture in the handle. All right, I've got 3 more things to show you. This is so pretty, y'all. Everybody does the birch and cordovan combo, and I've done it a couple of times, and I've had success with it, but this is the best one I've ever done. I started out by taking Spectrum Textured Dark Cloud and poured it on the inside. I really like that glaze. And then I did the 2 times birch all the way to the bottom. Then I did 2 ribbons of light flux two times, and then I put on the cordovan. And then I did swoops of light flux again. And I also did the cordovan here on the inside of that rim. Beautiful texture in the handle. I'm very happy with this. Very, very happy. My take on that combo. All right, I'm so excited to show you this. Y'all, look at my little kitty cat. I printed this the second day I had my 3D printer, a little origami kitten. And when it was greenware, I took white englobe in a needle nose bottle and put it in the fold lines of that and then fired it. When it came back, I did Amaco white marble poured on the inside, and 2 times from top to bottom. That's Amaco white marble. Then I did 1 time cheetah jungle gym. I thought about making that cat a calico cat with the cheetah, but I decided to make him a black and white cat. So this is speckled tuxedo, and also speckled tuxedo on the handle. I think this is so cute. What do you think? Really happy. And my favorite mug from this kiln load, I've saved till the last. Look how beautiful this is, y'all. And this is my Gwenny. This is my GwenGlazeTrio project for this kiln load. And what this is raspberry mist poured on the inside and 2 times on the outside. And I put raspberry mist on this ornament and then wiped it back and then added 1 coat of clear. From here to here, on top of the raspberry mist is Mayco sandstone. And then from here to here is Mayco Fool's Gold. So I've named this combo Foolish Pink. And I hope you try it. And if you do, use the hashtag Foolish Pink, and we'll keep track of everyone that uses it. I know that Kay at Mud Souls did this same series of 3, and she just laid the glazes on top of each other. But I kept them separate, as you see. And I also, this is a bit of a new shape for me. I just really love this. So Gwen, I'm having fun. I'm having fun with your Glaze Trio, and I'll keep going with that. So that is everything I have to show you all today. I'm almost to 500 subscribers. I'm at 498 this morning. I'm so excited. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed. If you're watching my channel for the first time, welcome. I'd love for you to subscribe and watch all my prior videos. And it's just wonderful to read your comments. So please keep commenting for me. And also thank you to everyone who's taken the time to watch my recent long video. I've gotten really nice feedback on that, and I am planning on doing another one really soon. This time, I think I'm going to tell you all what it was like to be in a tornado. I've been in 2 tornadoes, so those of you that don't live in Tornado Alley might find it interesting, so be watching for that. In the meanwhile, stay tuned for just a minute. I'll show you a little slideshow of what these pieces look like outside, where the sun really brings out the glaze. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye, y'all.